Started in 3 seconds, but we're gonna get silent real quick so we can just
Three,
get our
All right,
conclusion.
2,
30 seconds it
one,
is.
go.
Oh wait, hold on. Before you start,
Yeah.
hold on. Start.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Huevones podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Bernard, and I'm sitting here today with another one of my hosts.
Wow, great job. Oh my god. uh, no, Miguel. Do you want me to do it, Bernard?
That was pretty good, was it
Miguel.
not?
Yeah, it was pretty good, honestly.
It was pretty good. It's just that, like I started laughing because Tristan was like making like little laughing.
Bro, you cannot stop laughing. When you're
That's,
doing that.
do you want to restart, Miguel, or is that how we're gonna do it?
No.
What do you mean though?
Here,
Oh, wait, are we live?
No, yeah, we're live. We're on a live stream
Oh.
right now.
No, no. Was that just a practice, or are we actually live right now on this podcast?
All right, hello, welcome back everybody to another episode of the Huevones podcast. I'm your host Miguel, and my co-host Bernard. Bernard.
Yes, Bernard. I thought we already did the intro. I thought.
Well, here's the thing: you didn't, you didn't talk about our guest for this episode.
Oh yeah. So, our
You want to
guest
introduce
tonight.
our guest?
Yes, I'll introduce the guest. So tonight, I actually wanted to introduce these guests because they're two of my local favorites.
Local favorites.
That's so stupid.
Bro, they haven't stopped laughing.
Anyways,
I peed
so-
on myself.
You peed yourself? Oh my god.
this just got it.
You just went to take a piss and you're telling me you peed on yourself.
Oh my god. Alright, who do you want to introduce first?
So
Cold as shit.
first person as I want to introduce is the little boy of the relationship. Speak your name.
Hello, Tristan.
Hello.
Introduce
ma'am.
yourself.
Well,
My
just
name
said his name.
is Pedro Enchilada Squid the third.
Awesome, awesome.
Great.
And my wife is currently putting the ice cream in the fridge.
She's
Wow.
currently putting what in the fridge?
The ice cream
His nuts.
Ice? Oh,
of the cream. Yes, ice of the cream. Yes.
yes.
Correct.
So
Cream ice.
here, so in this podcast right now, guys, for once I'm actually sober, but in the meantime I am toking it
Yeah.
up right now, so I won't be in about 5 minutes. I would like to say right now that first of all, these two guests are very important to me. And that's all I'm gonna say. So the next thing I'm gonna say is they probably each owe me a total of $55.
What the fuck? That's all you're gonna say. Alright, Tristan. Let's talk about how we met Tristan. That's what
Well,
you start
then-
off first.
See, if Montes was here right now, the story would begin with Montes.
Oh yeah.
Well, actually, Tristan, why don't you tell you how you and Montes met, and then
Alright.
Montes can tell his version of the story next time he's on.
Pretty funny is I actually don't remember, but from what I hear, once they started talking to Darian, and he was like, or Darian started talking to Montes, like, "Hey, bro," because Montes is playing his PS Vita in class, and
Wow.
it's just all talking and shit.
What a man.
And then Darian goes like, "Hey, bro," he's like, "Play PS Vita." He's like, "You got PS4?" He's like, "That shit's live, bro." He's like, "I'm finna give me one of those." And Montes is like, "What the fuck? Like, I don't even know you, right? This is over here in middle school and shit." And then I was over there in the corner, and then Darian's like, "Let's go talk to this small ass." Right? And then Darian got
Hold
me
on,
talking
don't
to
say
Montes. Oh,
Fucking. You know what? I'll
Hey,
just bleep
You
that
can't
out.
bleep it out.
Yeah, I'll bleep it out, but I don't want to do that much editing. That's
What did it
Oh
say?
my
What
god.
hey, Miguel, fuck off, fucking
So what
water
part of the
bag.
story are we at
Alright.
again? I forgot.
He said he looked at his PS Vita and it went over to him, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah, and he was just like,
And they
"Hey,
robbed
that's a
him.
cool ass Vita." Yeah. And then he kind of licked him.
What?
Is that all?
I said whipped him.
No, but is that all to the story?
Oh yeah, well basically, I don't really know how. Honestly, I don't remember the first time I spent the night at Monty's house for some reason. But I just know I went fishing with him once.
No
Let me
way.
tell you,
I thought he
With
this
didn't
him.
man jumped off a
fish.
dam. Oh my
Oh, I
god.
remember that legendary
Yeah, bro.
photos.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
The
Audience, you
ladder
had to be
fell.
there.
That man's so swole, bro. One time, just moments of Montes. All right, one time he was in the mud, and I put a whole bunch of mud on his back, right? And I packed it, and I made it into like a turtle shell, and I designed it.
Bro, man,
And he was
must be so
crawling on the
much fun.
shore. It was crazy as fuck. Yeah,
Like a giant sea turtle.
yeah. Basically, that shit was crazy.
Now, so this is where the story gets better. No, I'm just playing. That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Alright. Since you talked about Montes already, you want to talk about how you and Bernard met? Because I was the last one to meet all of y'all, really.
Actually, it's funny because I didn't even
Yeah.
talk to Bernard until Darian told me about Bernard again. Okay, so I see Bernard and he looks like some mean ass eagle. For some reason, he just reminds me of eagle. All right.
Stop saying
Hey.
that word.
Hey, I'm sorry. All right, I just want you to edit the fuck out of this.
No.
Anyway, so
I'm gonna just not put it up.
he reminds me of this eagle, right? And I look at his eye, and I'm just like, he's definitely an eagle, right? So I leave him alone. He looks fierce. He looks bold. Turns out,
He's
this
just a
man's
bitch.
goofy as heck.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
I'm just like,
It's like
this is a bitch.
Wow.
Right? But I was like, but this is my bitch. I'm
This
just
is
like,
one of the top 10 betrayals of all time on a podcast. Where a guest just like completely.
Top 10 worst anime betrayals.
Yeah.
nah, bro, it's pretty funny though. I came to school and then they were like, bro, the Arizona brothers, bro, there's something else.
Me and
bro.
my
I was
brother
like,
Joe are cold.
what?
Me and my brother are cold, just to let you guys know out there in the world. We are cold even when it's winter.
the fuck does that mean?
What the fuck does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
We are cold even in the polars.
Yeah. Anyways, just to
You're
go on.
So I look at this goofy boy and I'm just like, the fuck? This guy's a hooper, right? He doesn't
Yep, I
even
am.
talk. He doesn't even talk,
Trash.
right? I'm just
Shut
laughing
the
my ass
fuck
off. And then I actually interact with him for one time, and I cannot stop laughing my ass off, right? It's in class, and I'm just like, why is he acting like this? Nervous?
What do you mean?
Yet so serious.
Oh. Yo,
Yet
yeah.
He can't be serious. Right? Like anytime the teacher just asked him anything, he would just bust out laughing, right? And he'd just be like, I don't know why I'm laughing. And it would just be like, well, you're obviously laughing because of something. He was like, I can explain. Like, just stupid as fuck. Right? And then I don't even talk to him. And then finally Darian's like, bro, have you talked to Bernard? That man's goofy as shit. So long story short, I started sitting at his table eventually. And I started seeing the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. Alright, I went to a public school, over 4,000 people, right? Fuck no, I had never seen no shit like this. This man was eating chicken strips.
No,
the
no,
skin
no,
on the
no,
outside
no,
first,
no, no,
and then the
no,
inside.
no.
Right?
Hold on,
And
hold
then
on.
we're
What?
eating school
He was
pizza.
doing what?
Yeah, so first, you know, what are they? The steak fingers, right? He
Yeah.
was eating the outside of it, and then eating the inside.
What
of
the
it
fuck, Brian?
Hey, yo, 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 yo. Hey.
Who the
That
fuck
never
does
happened.
that?
That never
Who
happened.
the fuck
I'm over here laughing at that part. I'm like, Bernard, what are you doing? What are you doing?
does
He starts laughing.
Oh my
He
god.
starts laughing. Right? He's just like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, this is just how I eat. So he doesn't even realize it. I'm like, okay, whatever, right? Coincidence. Next time around, we're eating school pizza. School pizza. And he's using
Hold
the
on.
fork to eat it. Cuts it with the fork, and then he's eating it with the fork. And I'm just like, Bernard.
Bernard, what the
Hey, to the audience out there, I just want to let you guys know that, yeah, I was a weirdo in high school, and I still am. All right?
No,
Yeah.
you weren't a weirdo. You were just hilarious.
Just like the chicken strips, he does the same thing with dick.
Bro,
I
so
think
let me
Bernard's
tell you
just
guys.
a chef, and he likes to experiment with his food and see
Hey.
which ways it tastes best.
I'm actually a very great chef, Gordon Ramsay, if you want to do
Okay,
a little
stop capping.
Hey,
Cap.
Gordon Ramsay, if you want to, do a
Lies.
little, what is the
Cap.
collaboration? We can do a
A
episode,
collab.
collab.
Of a cook off.
Have a
Go on.
cook off
Yeah,
with Gordon
Hey, on the
no,
Ramsay.
23rd.
Gordon
Okay.
Ramsay, I'm
First of
gonna
all,
pitch you this idea right now. All right, how
I'm
about
gonna cut
this?
you off.
We do an episode of your show where I cook for you, and you eat my food. Be prepared to have your mind blown, right, Tristan?
Hey, I got news for you, dog. I'm never eating your food. I want to live.
Gordon Ramsay, I'll give you $50 if you eat my food and complete
I'm
the
pretty
plate.
sure he doesn't need
Ramsey,
$50.
don't
Hey,
do that.
for $50, bro.
He doesn't cook his eggs all the way.
Yes, I do. They're not raw like
He's not a
Tristan's.
chef.
They're raw as his balls.
Bro, Tristan's eggs are raw, bro.
Raw balls.
Oh, so
We do call him Bernard.
that's how you and you and Bernard met, right?
Yeah, no, I met him through basketball. It was pretty. Well, we don't like to talk about how we really met, but
Yeah, I don't like to talk about that story. We
Well, I
won't
kind of
talk
want to
about
hear
how.
the story again.
No, it's alright.
I'll
We
let
don't have
Bernard
to.
explain. He explains it best.
So it's very sad, guys. So this is and
Oh, he passes
so
you up in basketball.
no, look, let me get the fuck. We just ruined the story. Um, to the audience out there, for those of you guys that don't know, um, I too was a legend at one point at school, and I was on the rise to stardom. Our team won one game. the year the year before Tristan's arrival. So I played well at the point guard position when they put me there later on in the season. So I felt pretty confident going into the next season. We just thought we were one player away. And so we get Tristan and Darian. And so at practice, I have kind of like this, like kind of like swagger, ego, kind of like thing in my head, right? This is before I even met Tristan. I was, like, oh, I'm like the best player here, right? And then I never played with like a real hooper before, and Tristan kind of kicked my ass, and like
And licked you.
every practice we played, and I just got to the point where I was just like, you know what, coach, this is kind of embarrassing to say, but I don't think I should be the starting point guard anymore. I think Tristan should be the starting point guard.
No way you told the coach that.
I did, and then the coach gave Tristan the starting point guard position. It's still the worst decision I ever made in my life.
Hey,
No, I'm just playing.
No way. No, you didn't. You didn't
True
tell the
story.
You actually told the coach that?
I did.
yes, he did.
Wow, you should have just ruined his life.
Who told us bust this time? He said, Bernard,
Just kidding.
what is happening? Right? He's like, and I was like, bro, don't be nervous. Like, I'm here to practice. I'm here to make you better. Right? Like, I was like trying to tell him, like, huh? Okay. I was over here telling him shit like, you should just use me to help you. Like, I know you're nervous, right? Because you never played someone like aggressive, but like use that. This man was over here like, coach, just give him the spot. I was like,
Wow.
Wow.
Bernard,
I
you
never heard
really
that
can
part
get
of the
this.
story.
Nah, coach, just give it to him. I was like, Bernard, you can do it with that. Nah, just give it to him. I was like, all right, bro. All right.
Bernard.
Now,
Now that was
I'm going
probably
to
the
tell you
top
guys
10
something right
moments
here.
of Bernard.
I'll tell you something. When I did this, this was like passing of the torch. Um,
This is
so you know, me being the legend from the
Just
season
stop
before,
eating and talking at the same time.
I'm not okay.
You're
Oh,
like,
like,
so
I'm gonna
like.
go to the next thing
I'm
itself.
sorry. So
That's
I was
actually
like
kinda funny.
the champion, right? I led the school to our first win and our only win at the time in the history of our young history. And so I was definitely the up and comer, right? And I laid that foundation as a point guard in the last couple games of the season when I outshined and I led the team, and I was pretty good at my job. I was actually fantastic at my job if you ask me, but no one does. But
Were you fantastic at your job, Bernard?
but yeah, I am. But anyways,
That's no cap,
um,
Raymond.
no. So this is, and then so Tristan comes along. I'm like, wow, this man has some real talent. He's clearly the guy that's gonna boost our franchise to the next level. And
Franchise.
I just when you see talent, you have to respect it. And it's any shape, size. So I passed the torch on to Tristan.
Bernard,
That was that was the greatest quote I ever said in my life.
Bernard,
That
I'm
whole
just curious.
speech. What?
It's a good
Alright.
thing it'll always be online.
I'm just curious. Do
Yeah.
you think size matters?
What?
For what?
Do you think size matters?
For what?
What do you mean for what?
On the court?
Oh, in bed.
Yeah.
I mean, no. And let me tell you why.
He's
In
gonna
the
talk about
history
Michael
of the
Jordan.
NBA, we've had really successful point guards that are small, such as Muggsy Bogues, most famously Allen Iverson. And then we've also had
He's
successful point
6'1".
guards. Yeah, that's still pretty short.
That ain't small.
The
Yeah.
shortest ones in the NBA are still pretty tall.
Then you have like a Magic Johnson who is like 6'9" or 6'8", or maybe even 6'11". He's like the size of a center, and he's just dominating that bitch. Arguably the greatest point guard of all time.
All right.
Alright,
Now,
now the
there's
size
someone that
matters.
we haven't heard from yet.
Stop fucking
Elena
munching
on
so
the
much.
mic. Sorry.
The story where we haven't heard from.
Oh, it's upset.
That's all I fucking heard.
So
Hello.
we have Alina on the mic. We haven't heard from her yet.
That's
my
right.
name is Alina.
No,
Let's
say
see.
something about Alina right here. Alina is one of the most interesting people I've ever met in my life.
Well, thank
I don't know,
Wow,
it's
that's
like
hilarious.
it's actually a great vibe. Not gonna cap.
I think you're pretty capping.
I think it's a pretty good vibe.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Bruno.
Cap.
I have to say, you're all very interesting in your own ways.
Wow.
Yep, especially Miguel.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, Miguel's very. Miguel, you're very interesting because. All right, I'm gonna talk about Miguel later. First, to start off with.
Yeah, let's talk
Um,
about you, Bernard, because I don't come into like very late.
Oh yeah. Well, no. First, me and
Tristan,
Tristan.
that's
So,
right.
Tristan's my boyfriend,
Wow,
and
really?
yes,
I thought you
me
were
and
your
him, me and
Oh.
him met.
Oh,
What? What did you say?
you said, "Oh, really? I thought he was your husband."
Oh, he is.
She's like the.
I'm
she
waiting
call
for.
it
I'm
out.
waiting for my ring though to
Oh
call him my.
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Tristan.
I'll call him my fiance.
She's very materialistic.
But he acts like he proposed.
Give her an
to me or
onion
some
ring.
shit.
It's onion ring.
Anyways, I'm gonna wait for that day he does propose to me.
Well, how did y'all meet?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
pretty
so
interesting.
we met when I was in,
All right,
I
good story.
believe,
Anyways,
seventh
Bernard.
grade.
Just
Did you say-
kidding.
oh.
Oh my
Just
god!
kidding. Go.
I believe I was in seventh grade and Tristan was like in eighth grade, and we played soccer in this like little league together.
Bro,
Like, I ended up getting put on his team because the team I was on, like the previous seasons, like they, I don't know, it disappeared.
That
I
coach
guess.
quit.
Yeah, the coach quit.
oh.
Like
So-
they didn't have a team or something.
Yeah, we didn't have a team, and so they just put me on a random ass team, and it ended up being
Destiny.
the one Tristan was on. And I did not talk to anybody on this team. I did not talk to Tristan. And then it wasn't until like, or it was weird because Tristan would just randomly like look at me, but he'd make like these weird faces, and I couldn't tell if like he was just mean mugging me or like trying to be goofy. So I just kind of like looked away. I just wouldn't pay attention to him. But we never talked until the last game of the season.
Wow.
And then, okay, here's what happened. Me and him were like playing defense, and like I don't know what was going on. I think like the ball was out of bounds, like on the other side or some shit. And we're just standing there, right? And I hear like he calls me over. He's just like, "Hey," and I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "You got a phone?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "You should give me your number."
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
what a
I was
man.
like, wow. I was like, I bet. I said, I got you.
Didn't even ask for a
What's
kick.
funny
Like,
is that everyone was signing jerseys, right? So everyone was like signing my jersey and shit. I was just getting their names, and I was like, yeah, just. She's like, well, I don't like, and I didn't have my phone on me. I was like, fuck, I don't have my phone. She's like, okay, well, like I'll just write it on your jersey. but she wrote on my jersey and she fucked up so bad. Like, but it's cause like she's writing on my back, right?
Yeah.
And it's a big ass T-shirt. So like the writing is so fucked up, and she just scratches it out and makes them like a fucking weird ass 8, and I'm just like, is that a fucking 8 and a 7? Like, what the fuck am I looking at? But I somehow got the numbers right, so it was still legible. But just looking at it now, I still have the shirt, and I'm just like, how the fuck did I read that shit?
Wow, it's
Yeah.
funny.
That's really what happened because neither of us had our phones,
It was pretty funny.
and I was just like,
Wow, look
but
at y'all.
I was like,
Y'all had
oh
phones.
shit, I could just write it on him.
Right.
I never wrote it on his
I
back.
never got an actual phone till like sort of freshman year.
Oh, wait, really? I had a
Really?
phone since like I was like in probably like 6th grade.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Well, because
I got mine 7th grade year.
it's because I rode the bus. Like I had to text them
Me
when I got
too.
home.
Bitch, I walked home.
Well, they wanted to know when I got home.
I would
Me
walk home.
Yeah,
Me
but
and
my
Alina have
parents
great
like
parents.
they're the
Oh my
strict
God.
ass people,
Hey,
bro.
Mexicans for life. Let's go.
My
Yeah.
parents are
Call me un huevo.
What the fuck?
You're
I'm
fucking-
gonna open one of our sponsors right now, real quick. Actually, they're not sponsors, but one
Actually,
day I
I'm
would
gonna
love for
name
them to
the
be
sponsor.
sponsors.
I think we should be doing this
Camera.
every episode.
Coca-Cola. I love
No,
Coca-Cola.
alright, shut up. Shut up.
Anyways,
What?
Take it.
Oh, where in the ass?
Yeah.
Alright, so
Uh,
that's how
okay,
y'all
and
met.
then-
How did you meet Bernard? Or unless you want to
Oh
talk
my
about more about you and Tristan.
go talk
I
about
mean,
Tristan.
yeah, there's okay.
Like,
I
if
don't
there's
know
more
if
to
I
the
can
story.
say everything.
I
Well,
love
no,
this story.
like, just say
It's
what
a
you can.
long-ass story
Say what
between
you
me and
can. Say what
Tristan.
you want.
I mean, you don't have to say like all the stuff that happened in between.
No, yeah, it's just like
Or like when you guys
we
met.
didn't even. That's when we met, but we didn't start dating until like later in my freshman year of high school. He was a sophomore, and like that's when we actually got together.
I
Like,
love
we were
them.
talking,
Yeah, we stopped talking in middle school,
and then we started talking.
and then we started talking again in freshman year.
Why did you guys stop talking the first time?
Why?
Do you really want to know?
Yeah. See how
Oh no, no, no.
I don't know if you want to say that on here.
I mean, it's not even a big deal. It's
It's
just like,
just, you know,
I mean, it's a pretty
crazy
big
people. There's crazy people in this world.
yeah, nah. Basically,
And they be pulling cards, and you're just like,
deal. Wow, what a
I'm gonna
dog.
head out.
no, yeah, okay. So I just hated him after this because like
Same.
I was black.
we were talking or whatever after I gave him his number, like whatever. I don't know. Obviously, we liked each other.
A lot.
Yes, a lot.
I don't know. It's kind of cat.
Kristen had this ex, and
These eggs.
no, this ex.
Oh.
Like, and apparently like they broke up because she cheated on him basically, and so so he's done with this bitch, right? And me and him are talking, we're good, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, well, at least from my perspective, it was just out of nowhere. He's just like, look, I can't talk to you no more, and I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, I'm getting back with what's her face? Like, I'm not gonna say her name, but I'm getting back with her, and he's like, so I'm not allowed to talk to you no more. I was like,
Wow.
are you sick? Like, I was just so pissed.
What a child.
Like, I just hated him after that point, and like, and so when he tried talking to me again, like years later,
Years
high
later?
school.
Damn.
or not years later, it was like a year or two.
Oh, okay.
But in high school when he when he starts talking to me again, I'm just like, I'm super pissed because I hate him at that point. I'm like, fuck this dude. Like, oh my gosh. I was just so mad when he tried talking to me. But I was like, I thought to myself, you know what? I'm gonna try and play him. Like, I'm gonna act like, yeah, I
What?
literally thought this. I was like, I'm gonna act like, I like him, whatever. And then I'm gonna just like dip on him type shit. Because I was just mad. I just wanted to get back at him.
That would have been hilarious.
So that's how
Just kidding.
it was going, but I just never like went through with it.
She fell too in
Because I
love.
just started liking him a lot.
But dicey.
What, Bernard?
Sorry, sorry. So I was watching in the middle of listening to Alina Star. I'm
Are you watching Among Us?
watching Among Us
Oh
PewDiePie,
my god.
and there's this guy in there, and I remember it's called Spadicy, and
That's
I think
Jacksepticeye.
yeah, I think there was there was an episode of some episode on
Oh
YouTube,
my god.
and he's like, and he calls him like Jack Spadicy, and for some reason, it's just hilarious.
Bernard,
So
that's so fucking off topic, and you're the one who said, yeah, try to pay attention to the podcast. Fucking
I
bitch.
am no, cause I'm learning stuff I didn't even know. So
Wow.
Alright,
Amazing. Oh,
so
but yeah, that's pretty much how it's done.
what's
And then
next? Y'all met Bernard. Well, really, you met Bernard, right?
yeah, so I met Bernard through Tristan, obviously.
Wow. I would
Basically,
never
I
know.
used to go to all of Tristan's basketball games, and
Same.
Bernard was there, and I'd see him
like a
all the
legend.
time. And like, I'd be like, I'd get him and this other guy on the team confused, and later on, I found out
Hold
they
on,
were
what?
brothers.
Oh.
Mm.
And then I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense because they look really similar.
Yeah, one was better, the younger one.
Yeah, and
And I'm the
the
older
only
one.
difference
Why do you
only
call yourself out
difference
like that? Damn. Alright,
yeah,
continue. I was just playing around, but
yeah,
continue.
just one of them was on the bench and the other one. That's the only difference. But Tristan tells I feel like Tristan told me that he started talking to him and that he was really funny. I was just like,
I feel
I
like
was like,
Tristan thinks
he's
everyone
funny
was funny.
because Bernard just always looks so like, I don't know, reserved. I feel like he just looked like he didn't want to like speak to anybody, you know.
Yeah, Bernard's
So
pretty
like,
funny.
I didn't even think Tristan.
Funny looking.
Yeah, bro.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
Alright, I'll stop.
But I can't. Bernard, wait. When was the first time like we actually like talked to each other? I forgot.
First interaction.
Well, okay. So look, one of the key moment. So there was this one time where we all went to the lake. I think it was like our senior. It was like the first time I ever went to the lake. This like senior. I think it was like senior year.
Oh
But it
yeah.
was like early, probably like mid senior year, like early on. And then, I forgot why we went, but it was for like overnight. And I think Alina was there, so like that was like the first time like we spent like I guess like a long time. I guess like around each other for like the first time because I always see her sitting in the stands. But
Yeah.
Him on the bench, her on the stands.
yeah, no. But then that summer after I graduated, me like so before like me and Tristan graduated senior year, me and Tristan got real close, right? And so, the good thing about that we found out, was that Tristan literally lives on my side of town, right? So he doesn't live far at all, right? He's literally like a 15-minute drive. And then, and then the crazy thing is that I find out that Alina actually literally lives like within walking distance of my house. It's
That's
crazy
insane.
Huh?
at the time, but then
Oh my god, because he's on the thing.
Oh my god. Who's that?
oh,
No interruptions. Just kidding.
it's
What?
Tristan.
What's up?
Why am I?
Alright.
Yeah, so remember Alina lives right by my house.
What'd you say, bro?
So Alina used to live right by my house.
She still
But then
does.
yeah, but look, remember she used to live closer. And she's on the hill. But yeah. And then she used to just pick me up when we used to hang out with Tristan in the summer. We used to hang out like 4 times a week. It was crazy.
So when would you say the first time that you met Alina was?
And probably that first lake house trip.
The what?
The first lake house trip.
Oh my god.
And
Isn't that the
house trip?
first time you got
we didn't even do anything crazy, Miguel, on that trip.
oh, I thought the first time you went to the lake house was the first time you did the what you call it? get
No,
lost in the sauce.
that was another time. No,
Oh,
the first time I went, we didn't do anything. We were just fishing.
What? Fuck, where are we fishing at, bitch?
how do you not remember?
Because he's high.
No, remember? We were fishing, me, you, Darian, one of your
Well,
friends, and Montes. We were fishing at your lake, and the lake was low, bro.
oh, there. Are you talking about when? Oh, this is sober head.
Yeah, because we didn't even do anything that day. Remember?
This is sober times, Tristan, bro.
Sober
Actually,
times,
was.
Tristan.
Um, yeah. So I guess me and Tristan have really been hanging out with each other, probably a lot. Him and Alina, probably for like about a year now.
Yeah.
Nah, more than that. Like
Well,
two.
actually, yeah, it is more than that. Because me and Tristan went on a cruise together over a year ago.
What'd she say?
She said that she liked it.
Fuck is Bernard,
Oh,
all I hear is munching every other word and like food inside your mouth while you're talking.
Sorry about that interruption.
Here you get
all right.
So what's the next part? I guess
Yeah,
Okay.
Alina used to pick me up all the time.
Yeah, so this is what happened. One summer, me, Bernard, and Tristan, and my other homegirl would hang out like all the time, and we would just like we were smoking carts a lot. I remember
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. But anyways, I would always Bernard lives pretty close to like where I live, so I would always pick him up, and then we'd go to Tristan's because I was the only one that drove.
Yep.
And it's like it was pretty.
Bernard.
It was pretty live. I feel like that's when we started like talking more. And like
I can't concentrate. Hold on. Bernard. All I hear is yup. Oh my god.
Okay.
Alright. Alright.
I'll calm down, Judge.
Alright. Continue.
5 seconds.
Continue.
okay, I feel like yeah, that's when we started talking more and like, especially when we were like smoking and shit. I feel
Yeah.
like we were just goofy
No way.
because we were fucking
Bernard, you smoke?
All right, guys.
high.
Our audience, if this is I don't know what we're gonna number this episode at the end of it,
It's
but
okay. We live in California.
we do live in California. So here's the thing, guys, my audience. I do the do. Yeah. The thing about it is, some people that I know are ashamed of it, and other people are not. Right. So the way that I look at it is like this: I'm hungry, and I will eat. That's the only thing you gotta worry about.
Alright. We're gonna we're gonna talk about Domino's.
Okay, and then now Miguel.
I think the way we gotta start it is whoever got the job first, because I kind of explained it at the very first podcast, right?
Oh yeah,
I got
so
the job
Tristan.
first.
Where I talked about like where I met y'all at Domino's, but I can go more in depth there.
How is Bernard getting away with this shit?
Alright. Who got the job first?
I can't. I'm done. I'm sorry. I need to be quiet. Okay.
Who got the job first at Domino's?
I believe
Tristan
it
did.
was Alina.
Whoa. Okay, but
Oh, we could finally talk about our Domino
Domino's,
stories.
and then I quit, and then Tristan was working there.
Wow. Okay. Great.
So
So basically, this is where I come in and meet y'all.
it is.
Miguel, so did you see Alina before she left?
What do you mean?
No, I left before Miguel got there.
And this was, and guys, this was, I believe, back in 2004.
Yeah, literally.
Back in 2004, my prime, bro.
Back in my
I was
prime.
like,
That's probably
That's what I
2026.
consider my prime.
yeah.
Alright. So I'm there, right?
Where?
And at first we have some okay workers, right? Then out of nowhere there was just this huge ass quitting spree. Where people would just like
Kind of
fuck
like what's
this,
happening
right?
right now.
Wait, you
So
want to talk
here's
about
the
like the first Domino's you were at first, or does that really matter?
Okay, so that Domino's actually, that was hella busy, but it was so simple. They had me like a jazz moment.
What's a jasmine?
But it was so busy. Like
Hold on,
that's
hold
the
on.
thing.
You gotta
Okay.
explain what's a jasmine,
Okay.
because no, you don't know other people are gonna know.
Look, I couldn't tell if I was just jazzing or if it was just hella busy. Okay. But every day I'd work like a lot, you know. Every day
Oh, that's
it
not a
would be
jasmine.
like on a Friday and a Saturday they would say, "Shut up." That's not
Basically, what he means by jasmine is that they would just have them at phones most of the
No,
time.
even worse. Just tag.
Oh, yeah, that one. Tagging where they put tags on the
And they'd
boxes
have
on
one
the sides.
person for phones. They'd be like, "You're first on phones," and then they'd have another person. They'd be like, "You're first on registered," and they'd have another person on the back, and they'd be like, "Just answer phones." Like that's how busy it was. I was like, "What?"
Wow. So
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
why'd you end up leaving that one?
Well, mainly because of school. I wanted to play basketball and stuff, so I was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna quit. There's no point." And so I did. And then the next year I worked at
He put in his
Domino's.
4 weeks.
What?
Oh yeah. Wait, what? What'd you say?
Hmm? Yeah.
But I just said he put in his 4 weeks. That was it.
All right. So basically, Tristan. So Tristan was there first. It was like what, a year already there first, Tristan?
Yeah,
Before I already came.
No, me and him got there
at the same time.
Yeah, me and him got there.
And she left for like a couple months.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
yeah,
Bro, you got so shitty, bro.
Yeah.
Like it was okay, and like our number, it felt like every shift was like decent, you know. Like I didn't have to do a lot of work, and like slowly as I kept working, I was like, wait, where the fuck is our staff going? Like Haley quit, someone else quit, like another manager moved. Like I was just like, wait, what the fuck is happening, right? And then we got Chance, and then like we started going on a steady come up. We got Bernard, right?
Wait.
And we had Miguel there.
Damn,
but
where are you?
actually,
Where are you
Wait.
going? You're like
Wait.
going all over the place. Hold on.
Wait, first you
Hold on,
gotta talk
hold on,
about how you
hold
guys
First of all,
met
I don't
Miguel.
really know the timeline exactly, alright? But I know Miguel gets there, right? And when he gets
Nah,
there, I
this
think
how
he
it
was mainly
goes.
on front with
I was the Jasmine
yeah, he was
Wow.
a Jasmine, right?
for
But
2
he's with
months.
a girl named Alicia or Alicia.
Alicia, bro.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you guys who don't know her, she was a decent worker.
Oh, but no, I didn't tell you.
What?
I actually
Oh.
think I found her
Oh.
at another job. While ordering,
Oh, yeah.
while ordering tamales.
No.
But yeah, no. Basically, my cousin worked there first. I already explained
Yeah.
this. I'm gonna go a little briefly. My cousin worked there first, and he got me in. And Tristan and I already know my cousin. Basically, everybody there, because my cousin was there for like what, Tristan, a month before I was there, right?
Yeah.
A month before I joined. So
Yeah.
they're already there making fun of him, and because he had a van. Let's just say.
And it was
Oh.
the van.
So
as
let
they
me
would
tell you
say.
guys something about this van. So according to, I looked up the license plate online. You probably
No, shut
shouldn't
up.
probably shouldn't look up that much.
No, you probably shouldn't say a number either way. Anyway,
Why?
Go on.
so I get there, they don't really talk to anybody. I was just mainly in the front.
Yeah, boring.
Yeah, it was pretty. It doesn't say boring.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
You
I
were
get it.
talking to Alicia. No, he's fucking with Alicia the whole time.
I would talk to whoever was in the front, literally, because I was so bored.
No.
And
Yep.
Jasmine. He was fucking with Jasmine a lot.
No, wait, I wasn't even in the front when Jasmine got there.
Yeah, you were.
No,
For a little bit, yes, it was. You were teaching Jasmine. And then you moved to Make Line. They were like, okay, like, Miguel can move to
Really?
Make Line. Yes, and then bro, it was so weird because at first you were like decent, and then we started racing each other, but we weren't saying anything. But we were like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah, you think you're gonna do a pizza, right?" So I'd be saucing a pizza, and you'd try and be like just ready with all the
Bro,
shit.
and let me tell you, this boy Tristan was fast as fuck, and I just went on there.
Going ham,
No, slow as
ham
shit.
is no. At first, I was like, "Oh, he's learning," like. So he's going through the learning
No,
stage.
he was like,
Learning
"Can this
stage
fat shit hurry
takes about a
up?"
week. No, no, no. Fuck this. Andrew. Fuck Andrew.
So
Look,
let me tell you guys something.
go ahead, Bernard.
Go ahead.
So this man, Andrew. Look, the only thing you have to know about Andrew is that he has a son.
I think this is like a later thing, Bernard.
I know, but so here, let me tell you something. So, oh yeah, sorry. Continue with your story. I'm thinking way ahead.
That's way in. We'll talk about Andrew's son later.
No.
Uh,
But
Let me
yeah,
know if
continue
you
your
want,
story
if you guys want to hear about Andrew's son. But anyways,
in the comments below.
I can't even keep it straight. Hold on. So yeah, I hop on the make line. It takes me a little while, to get a little
No,
faster.
it literally takes him like a week or two.
No, it
And
didn't
then
take
he's
me.
going fast as shit. He's just like, oh, wait, how do I make this? And I'm like, oh, you just have mushrooms, this and this and this. Bro, I would tell him like 3 times, and after the third time, he already know what to do. I was like, finally, a worker not retarded, right? Because before that, I didn't even tell you. Right? There was this worker that shows up, and I'm like, all right, bet, right? A new worker, finally, we're not gonna get fucked in our ass. And I was saying 9 to 9 type shit, right? Like, okay, bet. Guy gets here, right? I'm like, hey, can you pull out more pineapples? And can you put them in here? Yeah, I got you. Pulls out the pineapples and is looking at the container like, how do I open this container?
What do you mean?
That's what I said. I said, what do you mean? So I literally say, okay, I told him what to do. I'm gonna wash my hands and I'm gonna go slap. I wash my hands and I turn around after I dry my hands and this man's like, hey bro, how do you open this?
Oh my gosh.
And I just look at him like, you're fired. Anyway. And then I'm just like, he's so stupid. Then that was the last time I ever saw him actually. Like it was like a one-time thing. I don't know what happened.
Hey, looks like he couldn't open any more lids.
Yep.
It was actually pretty crazy to be honest. And anyways, meanwhile, Miguel's over here just cheesing fast. I'm like, I'm trying to go fast, and I know this man's keeping up. I'm like, wow, people who actually know how to do their job. Because Andrew will look at the screen, be like, oh, regular cheese. Okay,
And
that's it.
Andrew's
down.
our. Hold on. Andrew's was our manager at the
Yeah,
time.
a trash
I
man.
hate that man.
Damn, he's gonna find us one day. He's gonna be like these
But
motherfuckers.
hold up.
Nah, I got much love for him. It's just he pissed me off.
Yeah.
Because the earth is
yeah,
flat.
life.
Oh,
Maybe we'll have him on the podcast one day, Miguel.
Just bash him. No, I'm playing. So yeah. Anyways, continue, Tristan.
this man. What was I saying?
You're saying that Miguel one time he sold you stocks and bonds.
Yeah.
Oh, let me tell you about that. Sold me a TV once.
Yep.
Biggest TV ever.
All
I'm
right.
not talking about
Anyways.
Support the local business.
Alright.
TV in your ass.
Alright, I don't mean to gloat, but I definitely passed some people up who are already working there. I'm just playing.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
this
because
man
you're the
was supposed
boss's
to be a
son,
beast,
buddy.
right? This man was killing it.
What
I was
the-
like,
But no, that was you.
Bernard,
How?
you were like Andrew for a while. I was like, platoon screen.
Yeah, you were
And
Andrew's
you
son.
put no screen.
Wait, I'm not. You haven't. I don't get introduced to the Domino storyline yet.
Yeah. Hold on, before
Alright.
let's not get too ahead.
I'm with Miguel, and he's getting fast, right? I noticed this man starts growing and getting fast. He starts getting to the point where, in the span of like 2 to 3 months, he's already starting to learn how to slap. And for me, it took me 6 months before I was like, okay, let me try and slap. And then I noticed he was starting get really good in like his third week when he was like trying to slap Brooklyn. I was like, all right, all right.
Well, extra large Brooklyns are fairly easy.
What?
We're just extra large Brooklyns are pretty easy.
Yeah, of course it was.
No,
when
not small.
we say slap, it means stretching out the dough.
Yeah, this new manager of our store. Oh, never mind.
Damn, you're just hopping.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I meet Tristan. I don't even remember the first time I actually meet Tristan. Oh wait, I do. First interactions, actually. I don't think he remembers this, but I'm over there doing my training videos. This dude pops out of nowhere and he has stickers on his face. I'm like, what the fuck? He had like stickers on his face, and I'm like, I turn back, I'm like, who's this little bitch? Nah.
Really, I had stickers on my face.
Yeah, he had like stickers on his face. I was confused as fuck. And then he and then he leaves, takes them all off, and then comes back again. I forgot what he tells me.
I forgot. I don't know. I don't even. I remember briefly. Like I remember there was like someone watching videos on a computer. I must have been high as shit. All I remember is someone being on a computer, and then me going like, "Hey, what's Chance? I know Chance told me because Chance was working, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chance was a
Chance
manager.
told me. He said,
He was weird.
"Bro, there's a new guy. Like, go fuck with him, right?" He's like, "Let's show how we do it here. Like, let's make him some food and then like go fuck with him. Like, go ask him what he wants." So I walk over there and I had something on my face. I forgot what he put on me. I don't even remember honestly. And then I just walk over there and he tells me to tell him something. I don't know what I told him, or something like that, right? I walk over there, just looking at me laughing. Oh.
Oh my gosh, another one. Alright, whatever.
What did he say?
He's
Don't
just
worry about it.
laughing.
Okay.
And he's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Like, give me this look. And I'm just like, "What
I'll
is
tell you
wrong with me, right?" But then I knew there was something really wrong with the store when Chance threw a dough on his cousin's head.
That's right, bro. I forget a lot of the beginning shit. I know there's a lot of shit that happened.
I never got to really work with Chance. Rep me.
Chance was so
Fuck
fun
that
to work
fucking store.
Chance was fun to work with just because he didn't give a fuck.
Yeah. But then again, he would get lazy sometimes.
No.
How?
The fuck was that?
What do you mean? You have
I feel
other
like this.
he'll have other people do his work. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, true. Here's my thing.
He
I
was
feel like you got everything done for the most part.
yeah. He was like
And
Chris,
then he made y'all do everything else.
but less worse than Chris.
Chris was also a
Yeah.
manager.
But Chance is actually fast.
That's true.
You know, Chris is alright. But he had beautiful flat.
Beautiful though.
Now look, this is where I make the appearance in Domino's.
Wait.
Wow.
So yeah, so like we're just
Oh,
there for a few
so
months.
hard.
I like I'm like a month in, like in the make line, which is where we make the pizzas, and so like that's when me and Tristan start getting a little more closer
We're
and like
starting to
talking.
just fuck around and just
Yeah.
know, like bro, I knew Miguel. Look, check this out. These are one of the experiences I knew. Is that Miguel would fuck around too much because one time I would look at it, right, and I say to my head repeatedly, like I had a certain routine, like
I
make
would fuck
myself
with him
know.
so much.
Yes, bro. And he'd be like, wait, is that the Philly? He's like, I already put the Philly in. And I'll be like, are you sure? And he'll be like, yeah, I just knocked it off because I put it in. He's like, it's up top. And then I'll go look and there's nothing in there. I'm like, fuck you, Miguel. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would have thought it was extra and just left it there like ahead of us.
Yeah, I make a lot of
But
people
I
second
triple
guess
check.
themselves during while I
Yes,
work.
or he'd be like, oh, that's no onion though. And he'd like knock it off. He'd be like, it's no onion. And then I'd look at it and I'd be like, fuck, I put onion, like, fuck. And I'd be like, wait, it had onion. And he'd be like, no, it didn't. Like, you could check. And then I would check and he'd say no onion. I was like, fuck you, Miguel. Dude, do shit like that all the time. But it would be right as we're about to put it in the oven. So right as I'm walking over, like, oh, it's no onion. Like, bitch. But on everything, though. So it's funny as fuck. And then I knew at that point that he just fucks with me. Like, he would just be like, if it's a Spanish feta, he'll be like, I'll be like, hey, suspension feta, right? And he'll be like, actually, it's the bacon. And I'll be like, what the fuck?
Your crispy
I'll
bacon.
be like, what do you
Crispy
mean?
bacon
Like, I'll just
tomato.
go and be like, fuck you, right? So I just kind of like knew mentally he's just being a fuckhead,
Oh,
right? And then Bernard comes in, fetus as fuck, right?
Wait, so look, this is how I get in. Crazy shit. We're at the lake, and I'm like, man, Tristan, I need a job. And I always told him the down, the last resort. But I never took looking for a job seriously. And he called Chance up, and they hired me like a legend.
How long did it take?
Probably like I think it was like a week.
A week? It's not
Yeah.
even long.
Yeah, it's not even long. Well,
And
if you get referred.
look, let me tell you guys something. When I came in, this is when you know things were starting to get good at that Domino's. When I came in, you already had the pieces for me, right? You had the hard worker Tristan, right? You know, he's basically like the leader of the group. He's like our, you know, our
I
point
feel
guard.
like we are the leader.
No, well, yeah, but there has to be a leader within the group, and that would be you.
No.
Then, at the time, you have Miguel, the goofy fast guy. Then you have
The
the
goofy
dumb,
fat guy.
no, the goofy fast
Just kidding.
guy. Oh, I mean, I guess if you want to be that too, sure.
Wow. Now I'm hurt. Now I'm
No, and then you have me, the dumb guy. So, I mean, everything was working out. I was definitely one of the last pieces that we needed.
Yeah, well, basically, you were the fuckhead that we would just fuck with all the time.
I hated the early days of my Domino's were miserable.
I would fuck with him so much.
No, we
I
still
fucked
fuck
with him the most.
Yeah,
Because of Tristan,
was
though,
like-
at the same
it was
time.
so beautiful seeing him that mad.
He, he would get mad for the simplest of things. I forgot. What did he get mad at one time, like at the very beginning? Oh, because he kept telling this thing. We kept telling him to get the phones.
Get the fuck.
So basically, he was able to skip, sort of, because Tristan, he was able to skip, sort of not being able to, not doing the phones, because they put you in make line pretty fast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
he was able to skip not doing the phones, and we needed him to learn the phones. So we just kept telling him, Bernard, get the phone, and he would look at me, he would look around, and we're like, fucking someone else gonna do it. And, and we just keep telling him because he would like stand there, Bernard, get the phone, because he needed to learn how to do it.
I did.
But he would get so mad every time, like,
The
phone,
phone,
Bernard. And even when it wasn't ringing, we'd tell him, Bernard, get the phone. And he'd be like, what phone?
Yeah. What phone, yo? Pissed as hell, bro. I'd be like, Bernard, you good?
Yeah, but let me tell you something. When I first came to Domino's, I was a loser.
I mean,
And this is where Domino's, and this is what Domino's is a great company to work for. In a
oh
weird
my
sense,
gosh.
right? Because they turn. Let me tell you something.
I guess.
Everyone that works at Domino's is a felon.
There's a what?
Bro, why were they like a lot of like people who actually went to jail from there?
No way.
Well, not like a lot, but you know, there was quite a few. Like, oh, you see, and they're like, oh, they're actually in jail right now. Like, what the fuck?
I know.
Now, Domino's is, it was a pretty lit time, you know.
I think-
What's my favorite?
Could they sue us for that?
What?
Domino's.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty fun time when we all worked there. You know, we like to make jokes. I was the target of all these jokes.
Bernard, let me tell you something.
But I love Waffle House.
Let me tell you something. Hey,
Yeah.
You get there. Ow, fuck. You get there. And me and Miguel already know the deal, right? He fucks with me like a different way. He'll just be like, oh, it said no onions, right? Your dumbass to do the funniest shit, right? Me and Miguel already knew the deal, because this is after like a week, right? Like, you get there and he's still fucking with me. But I'm starting to pick up that he's fucking with me. So I already know the deal. Your dumbass gets there and you're just barely learning how to do it. You're learning, and then he's just like, Bernard, that said no onions. And you just bring it back, no hesitation, no question. Bring it back, take it apart, take out every piece of the onion, and he'd be like, "Hey, I was just messing."
Oh, should we talk
Like
about?
right after a rush, bro, and you'd just be so pissed. You'd be like, "Oh my God, Miguel, why would you tell me that?"
Because he would take everything so literal. Let me tell you a story. You weren't there, Tristan, but I did tell you the story. But I'm gonna tell it here. It was me, my cousin, and Bernard, and there's like this thing at Domino's called lava cakes. They're like little cakes with like
Oh
fudge in
my
them.
god.
And so I knew how literal Bernard would take anything. Um, what happened to the lava cakes? Like they just landed right side up, right?
Oh yeah,
It wasn't dirty,
they
right?
landed. They landed right side up. They were perfectly fine,
Yeah, they
right?
were perfectly fine.
And on the tin.
But then my cousin comes and he's like, "No, Bernard, you gotta throw that away. It's dirty now." So I'm like, "No, Jose, don't tell him that. He's actually gonna throw it away." So he fucking throws the fucking lava cakes and gets new ones. I'm like, "No, those are perfectly fine." And I'm just looking at him in shock. I was like, "Oh my god!" And I knew he was gonna do it as soon as my cousin told him that. I was like, "No, no."
You're like, "You better not." This dumbass. And he does it.
Yeah, he just fucking throws them away. I'm like, bro.
Without
No.
hesitation.
No one ever noticed it, but like, it was so pretty fucking dumb. But like, it was not really Bernard's fault because I knew he was gonna take it literal. It's more like my cousin's fault.
Nah, it's Bernard's fault. Bernard, what the hell's wrong with you?
Wow.
One time, Miguel's like, "Throw in the lava cake," and you're doing two. And he's like, "I just needed a lava cake because one got stuck," and you're just like, "What?" Like, yeah, I said throw in a lava cake. A. Bro, that shit was lit.
Bro, this is a long introduction video. I mean, podcast.
No, this is just the intro. Tomorrow we're gonna be hosting another one.
What the fuck?
8 o'clock sharp.
Yeah. We're not doing that. We're continuing the story. The story is a
We're gonna
great
play
story.
Call of Duty WoW on the
And
podcast.
There's a lot that happened at Domino's.
Now, I want to just do a quick segment, real quick. Um, in this segment, guys, I think I wanted to make a segment every time we have a show. Right? It's going to be called Bernard's Food Reviews.
Oh hell no, I'm out. Let me see the gulag, Miguel. Where's the gulag button?
Here, go to the gulag.
So right now, I'm eating Cheez-Its.
Oh my god, we're actually gonna let him talk.
Wow.
They're actually gonna taste kind of alright.
Yeah, Bernard. Wait, is that what you've been eating this whole time?
Yep.
Oh my god.
So Bernard, I'm just curious.
Oh my gosh, I go and work at 2 o'clock. Anyways, yeah.
Alright. I'm asking you. That means I don't care what anyone else has to say. I'm asking you. How would you rank the store ranking 1 through 4, right? 1 being the best, 4 being not the best.
What?
But it
Really?
doesn't mean your ass. That's just the ranking between all 4 of us.
Oh.
I'm so confused.
Oh, I see what you
In terms of who can do the work the best?
Who works the best at that job in all aspects?
At what
Alright.
time at the job?
What time?
Like towards the end of the
Yep.
year. Well, not the end of the year.
When we're in our prime?
But just basically when we were at
During COVID.
doing basically us, yeah. Bro, we were. I'm not. You're not pushing me to left.
Oh, we are not. We were actually really good in our prime, guys. And I'll tell you this: in our prime, I used to eat food.
Wow. Alright, so that's basically because I already explained how me and Bernard met.
Yeah.
That's basically how we all met, and that's how I pretty much throughout the year working with them, I got more close with them. But then this little whore comes back into the game. No, I'm just playing. Alina comes back into Domino's.
Yep,
But I never knew her or anything. So
it's a great time.
I was like confused who this girl is. And she already started working here, but I haven't had my first date with her. And one of the days I just walk in and but I'm not working. I walk in and I'm ordering something, and Tristan's like, "You know who that is?" To Alina, and he's like, "Oh, that's Miguel." That's technically how I first saw her. The first time I saw her, I think. And then we finally ended up working one of the days together. It was me, her, and few of the managers,
Mhm.
and I think Jasmine the front.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah, no, well probably both. But
Oh, that's right.
what do you call it? I did the same shit I did to Tristan. I would
Yes.
have.
He did the same exact shit. He would fucking be like, he'd be like, "Oh, we need to put in a cheesy," and I'd be like, "Oh, okay," and I'd go put it in the oven, and he'd be like,
I wouldn't
he'd
make
be
you do
like,
something that extreme, like make a whole pizza. I just say like, "Oh, we're missing a topping on that," or "We need a whole of this."
He'll be like, "Where's the black olive?"
yes. I'd be like, "Is it no black olives?" And he'd be like, "No," and he'd be like, "No, I already put that one," and I'd be like, "Oh shit," I'd be like, "Okay."
She goes back. She was about to go back some of the times and go redo some shit. I was like, "No, I'm just kidding. I put that in already."
Yeah.
That shit made me laugh. I'd hate when you do that. He'd be like an extrav, right? And it would say no black olives, right? But there would be like a bunch of extravs, so like you wouldn't know. And he would just be like, "No black olives? I already did that one." Like, what do you mean? It's right there.
Yeah.
And you look over and there's no extrav.
Bro, the oven would just be packed, so I'm just like, okay. And then
Bro, the oven would be, that's how I knew he was lying though. It would be packed, and I'd look and I'd be like, I don't see any fucking extravs, Miguel. Shut the hell up. Crap. Fucking crap. But it was funny because he would fuck with Alina and fucking Bernard like that so hard, and they'd be like, "Oh shit, okay," and they'd go do it, and then they would do it all perfect, and then put it in. And Miguel was just like, "What are you doing?"
no, I feel like I eventually caught on.
Yeah, you got him pretty fast.
Yeah, but sometimes they
Bernard,
still fall for
he
it.
still fuck with you to the end of the day.
Now,
He'd be like, Bernard, get the
so,
phone. He'd be like, "What phone?"
so let me tell you guys something. So the story has a great ending. Not just
Oh
no, that's
no.
not what I was. So really, well, let me tell you
Well,
something. So at
basically,
Domino's, it was actually a really fun time working when it was for. I thought it was like the greatest times. I used to always love it because any day that you worked in the week, you always worked with someone that you knew. That
Yeah.
was the best
right?
part.
That's pretty cool. It was like either me and Bernard, or me and Alina, or me and Miguel.
Bro, there would be these
Hell,
days.
Yeah, that's just like.
There'd be like these days, and it was for like a while where I think like on Mondays, and it used to be when Mondays were dead as fuck, and it
Yeah.
would be like they would always schedule for some reason. It was always like me, Andrew, Chris, and Alina,
Yeah.
and they would always just schedule like us for it, and those were and they were so dead like we never did anything. Those were like
Exactly.
pretty fun days. Not gonna count.
That shit was fun. I feel like that
Yeah.
job was so easy.
Yeah.
But I feel like Loki was so hard.
It was just like when we were
I think the
busy.
only reason it's hard is because a lot of orders come in.
But that's
Yeah.
anywhere, you know.
Well, like here it's like, yeah, anywhere, yeah. But most of the places already have like pre-made, like mostly pre-made.
Where? Who does?
Yeah.
I just don't know. You know, I'm asking.
Cause like,
Applebee's.
cause yeah, Domino's has some stuff pre-made, but you have to like,
No, 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 it's okay.
yeah, you have to literally slap out a whole pizza, stretch out a whole pizza, sauce
Guys,
it, cheese it,
it's
put
not
topping.
natural ingredients. They're capping.
Yeah, nothing's natural.
Fuck them hoes. Their beef tastes like shit.
Yeah, fuck
Hey,
them.
beef
hey,
tastes
hey,
like
hey,
Their
hey,
beef does taste like shit.
Like,
guys.
it tastes like a deer pellet shit out of a beef.
They
No,
Never have I tasted worse beef in my life.
Yes.
yeah, they mix all the toppings together and just
Hey, hey,
put
hey,
it under
hey.
the cheese.
It's like it's not
Yeah.
even cow.
So
Guys.
whenever you get a cheese pizza and a taster, it's because they use the pit cheese.
Yeah,
Guys.
We actually just scrape
I'm
off
not
all the
talking
cheese that
about
falls on the floor.
I'm talking about the armpit cheese.
yeah, it's the
No,
DC.
no,
They
no.
use the DC cheese.
So
The
I just want to
DC
make something
cheese.
very
And
clear.
that and that garlic oil that you actually think we put on the pizza is actually just diesel.
Bro, no, listen to this. One time, I
No,
Fuck.
took
no,
home
no.
some fucking parm bites, bro, and I like put a bunch of the garlic oil because I was like, fuck, that's just good. That
Yeah,
shit leaks out the box, and
yeah.
I'm holding it like out. It's like right when I get home, and I'm holding it out in my car, and bitch, that shit stained the street for like 3 months, 5 months. Like
Oh my gosh.
I swear, like after rain, after like storm, like that shit was there for like 5 months, probably no cap.
That's kind
Like,
of scary.
yeah, my dad was like, "That's the shit you're eating, bro." I was like, "Yeah." I
I
stopped
would like
eating parm bites.
I would like to make something very clear
I
to our
kept
audience
eating them.
out here. Now, I don't
Low-key.
want to skip ahead just to skip ahead for just a moment. I want to make it clear that I currently still work at the Domino's. The rest of these people don't. So I'm gonna defend our beef. Our beef sucks. However, try it on our new specialty pizza, cheeseburger pizza. It's that look. So you guys don't know we have the new cheeseburger pizza Domino's. It's all right.
I mean, it's alright.
No, like
Overrated as fuck.
it actually is overrated.
You don't know where that's from?
It's actually not good. But anyways, I
So
remember.
you're telling me the hamburger
Helper.
pizza is overrated?
Oh.
So it tastes all right. This is coming from a manager that does not work at a Domino's.
Hey Bernard, so you didn't rate your 1 through 4.
Oh yeah.
What?
You didn't rate your 1 through 4.
Forgot. So when
Cool.
we're Ryan, just number 1,
For sure.
Miguel number 2.
Oh hell no.
Nah,
Now listen, Bernard.
You'll get your turn in a second. Go ahead, Bernard.
I don't want to say it.
I already know the.
Look, because look, I have to be honest here, because I am biased towards myself because I love myself.
Exactly.
Um,
No,
Sounds kinda
no,
gay.
but I just don't know. Like, what's your
I personally felt like I was good, but I would always say to me and Alina, we're always like
Bernard, I was better than you. I
no,
wrote-
no.
Hold on, no, it's Bernard.
She had
Look.
some
Okay, Bernard,
skill,
go ahead.
but you worked more.
Let me tell
Bernard,
you
this
something.
is your experience, Bernard. All right.
I want to make something clear. So everyone, I just want to make it clear. Everyone in the store was probably much better than me, and this is why I
just
think
not
hard
true.
work is important, guys. So I will make it clear. I had no. So I mean, it might be hard for the audience to understand this, but I used to be a nerd, and I had no social life, and so
What does that have to do with working?
wait, I'm going somewhere.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Watch. So,
No, here.
anytime they used to call, because a lot of people like to call in at work. So I would always go in when they called me, right? So I missed probably like at least 3 months worth of my life. You know, I
They
would always
literally
come
took
back
it
to work
so.
at the Domino's, and I would work so long. I would always hit overtime and stuff like that. Still kind of do, but not as bad. But yeah, and that's how I eventually caught up to them in terms of how good I was because I put in the effort, the work.
Mostly, he was their bitch.
Basically, that bitch. They'd be like, hey Bernard, oh shit, you have an appointment at 7? Well, fuck, I need you till 9. And you've been here since 9? Lick my nuts, and that's how it's down.
Yeah, and he got on his knees and he licked their nuts.
Like,
No, I didn't know. I just wanted a promotion.
But you know what? Anything for the check, right, Bernard?
No, I just wanted a promotion.
Oh, you
All
should
right.
say yes, chase the bag.
That is true. You did. No, let me tell you something, audience. If I was good, chase the bag.
That's it. That's what you're gonna say. All right, we're like a little ways over an hour already. Like an hour and 10.
Bruh.
That's it.
Yeah, we
That's
keep.
it?
I mean, we could keep going. Up to y'all. We could go for like a few more minutes.
I don't know,
Yes.
Bernard,
So,
I'm tired.
I
we
mean, we
can.
still have a bunch of Domino story. Probably not. We can't probably tell them all right now, but
No, we
throughout.
can pause right now. Let's talk a little bit about our modern lives right now. So Alina and Tristan, congratulations. We heard the news. Baby number 3 is on the way.
Wow.
Yes, it's true. Baby number 3 is on the way.
And
Baby
you know what
number
the crazy
three.
thing about this audience is that
Call it
no,
Alina Jr.
Okay,
no,
well, we're gonna see what it is. We're gonna have a gender reveal party, and no masks are
Wow.
allowed.
No
yeah.
mask,
So
damn.
Absolutely
Make sure you
none.
don't burn the forest.
You will get
yeah.
arrested if you come with a mask
Yeah.
All
and
right.
be
So the
hurt.
crazy thing about the
Shot.
story, guys, is that
And killed.
baby number 1 and 2 doesn't exist yet. So they're actually having triplets.
Wow.
We're-
That's
well,
insane. I thought
Baby
they were
yeah.
number
having
So I'm just curious,
quadruplets.
right?
I'm just gonna pop them
I love
out
when Tristan
through
says
my
this. That
belly.
always scares me. See what you're gonna say, Tristan.
Alright. If someone is in your yard in Texas, right? Well, say if you have like
Oh
a
my
ranch,
God.
right?
We're not even in Texas. We're in
Right?
Kentucky.
No, I'm saying like
We're in
I'm saying like
Alaska.
in Texas though.
Yeah.
Like if you're in Texas,
Who's in
right?
Texas?
And because they have like that rule, right? But if you have a big ranch and someone's in your yard and you shoot them and they
I
end
love
up dying,
ranch.
Yeah.
you have to report it.
Yes.
Well, here's
Why?
my question. How do you kill someone with ranch?
What?
Oh my gosh, you know what's funny?
You said
The
you have a
other
big
night,
ranch and you shoot them with it.
What,
you shoot
Alina?
them on your ranch.
No way they're coming near my ranch.
I'll
Buttermilk.
get in your ranch.
Oh my gosh, literally like the other night, there was this car. Me and Tristan were sitting in my car, like just in front of his house. We were smoking,
From whose
and
house?
like it was dark already, and we were just like my car was turned off, right? And we were like we see all the cars that drive by, and there's this one car with these weird ass backlights, right? They
Yeah.
drive by, okay, whatever. We're like, what a weird looking car. And then they come back. They come back and they drive by. We're like, okay, like that's weird, but whatever. And then again they drive by and they turn left. And I'm like, all right, like that's like why are they? I'm like, okay, maybe they forgot something and came back. And then they come back around again. And I'm like, that's it, we're following them. And I turn on my car and I follow them. And I
Why?
guess I scared because they're just driving through the neighborhood. Like, that's sus as fuck. I'm sorry. Like, you can't be passing houses like that much and not, like, it's so suspicious because then they kept turning throughout, like, his little neighborhood area. Because I was just, like, right behind them. Like, I was just following them. And I got their plates and whatever. And fucking eventually they turned into the street and I was still like they kept trying to turn, but I would still follow them.
Yeah.
So they just pulled over and turned on their hazards. And I was just like I was waiting to see if they would come out or something and they just
waiting.
Yeah.
Start blasting.
Huh?
What, to come out and start blasting?
That's what I'm saying. What the fuck?
No, like I was gonna be like, are you lost? Like, are you lost or something? Because you passed by my
It's just
house
weird
last
because
night.
then you were
They
just
can't-
following
All
them.
right, they're gonna get arrested for fucking manslaughter. What the hell?
Yeah, but what if they never find your body?
But I'm in front of like other people's houses. I'm pretty sure like
Well, it
they'll
is
hear the
dark.
gunshots right outside and find my body.
Now let me tell you something, guys.
It was literally right in front of someone's house.
We're on a farm.
What if they don't use
Alina
guns?
gets the first award on this podcast.
What the fuck?
Well, just
Alina
don't
gets
drive
an
around
award.
like a crazy person. And that's my TED talk.
Oh. Wow.
So I heard something
So-
interesting.
Yeah.
The award goes to first awards on the podcast. Tristan and
really
Alina.
Wow.
You guys get an award, Alina, for Hero of the Day.
Amazing. Thank you.
Saved the whole neighborhood.
Yeah, we did. We scared them off.
Yeah, then they left.
Yeah, then they left the neighborhood.
Wow, the title of the award, Karen.
Karen Award.
Yeah.
Protecting neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Now,
My fucking neighborhood.
this is where I conduct an interview.
It's my hood, bitch.
Alright.
Oh.
Yeah,
But are you just gonna drag this on?
No, I'm not.
Yes,
so,
you are.
I run
um,
these
I
streets.
actually have a topic that we can talk about.
What
So
topic?
you know,
I don't know.
we are all close friends. We all, I think we've all seen each other high before.
You
Yeah.
definitely sent me.
Even even Miguel.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah, we've seen Miko.
I've seen Miguel
Stone.
Stone.
Y'all are
You know,
insane.
He was
guys,
stoned
can I tell you a story
baloney.
about Miguel?
Oh shit!
Uh,
Hold on, hold on. All right, currently they have just dropped their phone behind their
who?
bed.
They dropped them.
All right, they're back.
I have a story about Miguel.
What's the story?
What?
Miguel is one of the funniest guys I know. So
You're
one of the
hilarious. No,
last,
I'm not.
one of the, so after this happened about a month ago, probably, right? So I'm at work. This is after him and Alina and Tristan are gone. I'm at work, right? And I'm just minding my business, right? Miguel happens to be in the area, right? Yeah, he's all like, "Hey Bernard, I'm gonna go visit you at your work or something like that." So I'm just like, I mean, like, go ahead, right? So he comes to my work, right? And then for some reason, I don't remember why, but he's like, "Hey Bernard, I'm gonna pee on your tires, right?" And this is when I had our legendary vehicle that we'll talk about later on in this podcast, Blue Thunder, on the
Love
legendary truck, which I can see right now. I'm outside the window. She looks beautiful, by the way, currently, and it always will. But he peed on her tires, and then he left. And I was like,
Yeah,
Miguel,
he
what
did
the
No,
not.
fuck?
here's the thing. I was waiting for him, and I forgot why I was waiting for him. I was waiting for him to come get something, right? Or for
I don't know.
something.
Oh
I
no, I
think I
think
was
you
waiting for
ordered
you to come.
something.
Yeah, I ordered something. I'm like, Bernard, I really need to go pee, but
Oh yeah,
but I don't want to go somewhere to like a corner store. And so I was like, I'm just gonna pee on your tire.
No, you did
and this was
not.
during the day too, dude. Like, what are you doing, bro?
It's okay. It wasn't that much. But
It
then
was
I,
just
but then I shat on his truck.
no, he didn't. No, he did not.
One time I threw up a peanut, or I didn't throw it up. Like I threw it in the air. I threw in the air a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Oh no, I didn't tell you what happened.
What?
Let me tell you what happened.
Not just-
Bernard made some peanut butter and jelly sandwich,
Oh yeah.
and we're driving, bro. And then Alina's like, "Fuck, I dropped my sandwich, right? She can't, she can't eat it." So she tries to throw it out and be sneaky, right? And she tries to throw it out the window, and she throws it high, right? It lands dead on the surface of the roof of Bernard's car. And Bernard's like, "What the fuck was that?" Me and Alina just start busting out laughing because we know what it was. And then I'm like, "Was that the sandwich?" And she's like, "Yes." And she's just dying, bro. Dying, right?
Bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, that shit was pretty fucking
Oh
funny.
my
And
god.
Bernard later,
Bro, we abuse fucking
we
Bernard's
get to
truck.
Bernard's house, bro.
Yeah.
We're chilling, and then he gets out of his car.
No, they were playing basketball. They started playing basketball. And it
Oh
wasn't
yeah.
until like we were leaving or something. Bernard just looks at the top of his truck and he's like, oh. Like, why is there a peanut butter
Sandwich on the roof of my car.
Hours, like literally hours after it happened.
Yeah, like,
Oh my god.
But that wasn't as bad as the Alfredo pizza.
Oh,
That fell through.
I feel bad for that one.
but he threw an Alfredo pan pizza at my car as I was leaving, right? And I was high, and Tristan was high, and Miguel was being an asshole.
No, it
And
just
so he throws it on there, right? I'm just like, fine, I'm not even gonna wash it, right? So for literally like months, there was dried Alfredo on the side of my car, and on my mirrors.
Tristan was like,
So
"Hey, Miguel, go throw this on his truck," and I was like, "You won't do it." And I was like, "Fucking bet."
Wow.
And he threw it, bro.
yeah, that shit landed smack dead on his
My car was
out the
definitely
window,
abused.
bro.
She was
It
abused.
looks
The
so
truck
funny.
was
It was like,
definitely abused.
yeah. It
Now,
made the noise and everything.
so I have a domino story I'd like to tell. Speaking of cars, so I have a great story. So one time there was this manager, and her name was
Oh
Stinky.
my god.
And so I think I have like two stories actually.
I think we have many stories.
No, about
Oh
her
my
car.
Oh, her
I'll
car.
remember one. So one time I'm smoking after work, right? 'Cause sometimes, and like, here's the thing. So, like, when I used to get out of work, I would never leave sometimes, right? I would not leave. I would wait for my friends to get out, right? I'll just wait for one of them to get out so we can, smoke and stuff like that, right? And like sometimes I would just like if I got out like 6 or 7 o'clock and Miguel got out at 10, I would just sleep in my car for 3 hours until Miguel got out of work.
He was insane. I don't know why he wouldn't go home.
And I just want to see Miguel, so I would do that like literally every night, right? So like this one day, oh yeah, I do have. So this one day, I was high as fuck, bro, and I forgot why,
You forgot
but I
why you were
believe
high?
me. No, well, I know why, because I think me, Tristan, and Alina were all smoking, and we were like, I don't know, and I really just don't remember why and why it happened, but I ended up throwing a drink on
He
the
threw
side of her
orange
car,
juice.
orange juice on the side of her car, and it like I think
Oh,
messed up
oh,
her.
I remember. I kind of remember. We were all. I think Tristan and Alina were already in your truck,
Yeah.
Oh
and
yeah, you're
Yeah.
like, take this with you, and I was,
and
I think we were like, throw that shit out.
Yeah, and I think I said,
I was like,
don't know
Bernard,
who said
throw it
it
up.
might have been
I
Thomas
think it was
and
me.
like pour it on her car, or it might have been Miguel.
I think it might have been me. I was like, Bernard, just put it on, throw it on the side of her car.
Yeah.
But I was playing around. He's like, all right, it's fucking does it. And you could hear that I was playing around too, but he just fucking did
Yo, hey,
it.
podcast fam, how lit are we? Scale 1 to 10.
All right,
Wait,
we're
but
like,
yeah, and then one more Tia story with
Oh,
their
that's
car.
right.
oh, what's
So
the other
one
one?
time, I blew smoke on her expiration tag, and we sent it to her. Remember? Oh no, we didn't send it to her. Remember, Miguel?
Oh, I think we just showed it to her.
We showed it to her though.
What?
Oh, just an FYI,
Yeah.
I don't
What?
smoke,
Oh yeah, Miguel doesn't. So
Yeah, he
one
but
does.
no,
Let me
I
tell you
don't.
about-
But these guys
Let me
do.
tell you.
And
Let,
it's
let me
pretty
tell
funny.
you what happened. All
I
right.
have a photo.
Miguel claims he's never smoked. All right,
I
I
have a
never
photo.
smoked.
but he smoked.
Oh yeah, there was this one time. I
Yeah,
know what you're
correct.
talking about. So one time, after work, I guess all of us had worked, and so we convinced Miguel to sit into one of our sessions, right?
Yeah, and then he
Uh,
just starts doing meth, and I was like,
yeah, that's pretty
why?
insane.
And then I
So
just took it out cocaine and started snorting that bitch.
Yeah, but
yeah,
except he did it through his asshole.
Yeah, this is the best way to take it, honestly. If you take it any
exactly.
other way, it's just fucking dumb.
I don't know, but anyways, so then we're kind of like boxing the do, right? We're boxing the car, right? And I like to do this thing, right, where like when it's my turn, I want hell to smoke, and instead of blowing it out the window, I'll blow it in Miguel's
Yeah,
face,
he was
right?
a fucking dick.
I used to do this all the time, and I just thought it was hilarious. You know,
I guess it's
and
payback
so,
though for like how much shit I did
exactly. But so then
to him.
so then, like we're kind of our session's probably going on till like it's like 10th minute. We're just in the car, just relaxing, talking, and then Miguel started to cough.
Oh yeah, no, we were boxing the fuck out of Whip, and you just at one point hear Miguel start coughing real bad.
Yeah,
Bro, I
We're
needed
like,
air. I was dying.
Oh, I
we
don't
were
blame
giving
you.
No, I wanted real air.
it real.
yeah.
Alright,
Blue
we're like,
Thunder had a terrible AC.
we're an hour and a half
Yeah,
it's this podcast.
bro. No, you have no idea. Like me and Tristan would go, we'd go see Bernard before he goes into work, and we go in Blue Thunder. No AC. It's the middle of the day. It's like
Yep.
100
Yeah,
degrees
fuck
outside, bro.
that shit.
We would be dripping in sweat and like boxing just like
And
out
we'd
of
just
the
be like,
car.
gotta finish the blunt.
Yeah, but
You know what? Before we go real quick, I just want to reminisce on those quick days in a quick weird way. So there was these times, right, where like, and it kind of has to go along with what I was just talking about, how I would wait all the time, right? We kind of used to have a habit like that where I'd be like, "Hey Tristan, what time do you get out today?" And sometimes he would like open, right? So he'd be like, "Oh, I'm like a 9 to 5." What about you, Bernard? I'd be like, "Oh, well, today I'm like a 12 to 8." He'd be like, I'd be like, "You want to hang out after work?" And then like, and then well, Lena works too. Okay, So then Tristan would like, he would literally just wait and just sit out there for a couple hours, and then sometimes we'd wait for like Alina too if I got out before her, or like Miguel, or vice versa.
He'll wait for anybody.
We'd wait for anyone basically. Those are the days.
Yeah.
Those were the
He was
amazing
insane.
days.
I
Buying
love
each other
Taco
drinks
Bell.
every day.
Our days at Taco Bell.
I actually saw Tristan today, guys. Well, actually yesterday, at the time of the recording of this podcast.
Yeah, we're
I actually saw Tristan.
4 in the morning.
He It is, and that's just how dedicated we are to our fans.
Hey, wait,
Um,
I didn't ask Miguel.
yeah,
Rate the store 1 through 4.
Rate the store or the way
all
you
time.
the way you
I'm
asked
telling you.
the way you were telling Bernard
Yeah.
the same way.
Wait, he didn't even tell me his way.
Yeah, he
said
said you, me, him, and then Alina.
But it's close
Alright,
between me and
go.
Elena. It's close. It's like neck
I
and neck.
definitely think I'm way better than Bernard
I agree
because
with-
Okay,
I know how to do all around everything.
This
first
is
of
the
all.
only reason why. Look,
One,
time out.
I could. Okay.
I considered them even
What the
until
fuck?
no, listen. Until one crucial point,
What the fuck?
and that is the slab test. All right. Once I
That's the
saw
thing,
the
though.
Wait,
pep
what's the
time
slap
for
test?
Bernard,
My
the pep
slabs,
time for Bernard,
weren't that good. Alina had good better slabs than me. I
pep
could not
time for
slab. I can barely
Bernard
slab now.
was like 160.
Bro, no, it wasn't. So I'm so mad. So I was like, I wanted to beat Alina and everything, and so like, I think my pep time was like 112 or something, right? And then so like she does her pep time, right? So I'm like, all right, 112. I got this kind of in the bag, right? Because like I'm feeling pretty confident. I think she
Yeah,
gets
at the
like,
beginning we did have like
yeah,
really close pep times.
but then she had like a 102, and I was like at 112, and she
No,
beat.
I had the 40s like.
Yeah, she had
Oh yeah, it was like a lot.
Just
It was a
49.
pretty big gap.
It was 40. I thought it was 48. I'm pretty sure it was 47 or 48.
It was probably 48 point something. So
No,
49.
I swear it was something crazy.
Nah, it
I
was
was like,
49.
how the. Who the. Are you telling?
Women don't. No.
Anyway.
Oh yeah.
Nah, I was getting that shit. And I was good with customers. I was good at answering phones. I could do oven.
I
could
always made
fucking
Alina.
Alright,
do
now she's
Wait,
just
actually-
gloating, guys. Alright, let's continue. Just kidding.
Yo. Do you think Bernard could do oven?
I can definitely do oven. And I do it right now.
No, Bernard.
No, now you can do oven.
I used to always be able to do it. Oh no, let me tell you something. So when I first came to Domino's, I never wanted to do oven too. I was so afraid of it because I was like, how do you
When
control
Dad
those?
left, you're still pretty scary.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were. You're like scared to grab the parm bites, and I'm like,
No, I'm
Bernard.
not.
Why were you scared to get
Bernard.
the farm bite?
Audience,
Jesus,
he's
Tom.
lying. So, I'm pretty decent in my job. I'm a manager right now in Domino's.
He's in a capathon. Stop.
Alright.
I just learned to open.
Miguel, you didn't answer my question.
What's the question?
You didn't answer it.
Yes, it did.
Name your
Who?
top 10 prank of all time.
Because it wasn't who. It was more like, do you think Bernard knows how to handle oven?
Oh. I don't know. Now, probably.
I can do everything in that store.
Yeah, you probably could do it.
Okay, Bernard, that means you weren't able to in the past.
Oh.
Now, I was wondering if you could handle oven, pup. Because you never did oven.
I was fine at oven. Like, I probably couldn't handle it. Like,
Actually, he
Rush,
was pretty
rush.
good. When y'all were gone, he was pretty good at oven.
really.
Yeah, every time I had experienced oven with Bernard, it was like Eileen was helping him, and I'm like, Bernard, it's
I feel
one
like-
fucking oven.
I feel like the crazy thing is, like, when I was on oven, I never asked for help. But sometimes people would just come and help me. And
Yeah.
I'd just be
That's
like,
what I did
well,
for people.
okay. Which,
Well, that
like,
means it's getting kind of busy. Well, I'd like.
but I wouldn't, like, I didn't feel the need yet to where I had to ask someone to help me. but they
Yeah.
just
Bro, let me tell you about this one shift real quick.
Oh my gosh. All right.
One time it was
Oh, that's
Miguel and Chance working, right?
mm-hmm.
And it's actually Chance's first shift, right? And the only reason I remember it was fucking ass. Let me tell you what. I don't know what the fuck they were drinking. I don't know what the fuck they were eating that day. But I swear to God, they would get a full screen and they would put the full screen all in the oven at once. Okay? It wasn't like 2 pizzas. It was like I couldn't handle it. Like I couldn't pull out the pizzas fast enough. And it was just one oven. And I was like, it's not that fucking busy. It's a Wednesday. Like, it's really not that busy. But every time when the orders would pop up, they would just get it in there and I'd be like, fucked in my ass. And I would just be like, what the fuck? Like, I can't keep up. And I was sweating my ass off that day. I remember. I was like, fuck Miguel.
I don't even
Fuck
remember
the
what day
Chance.
you're talking about.
You do or you don't?
I don't.
Yeah, well, because you weren't at the oven. Shit. My ass was sweating and I was like, fuck y'all, and fuck y'all. And then we started doing that to Julia and just packing it out.
Yeah,
Remember we'd stuff the oven and we'd be like, Julia, turn on the third oven. She'd be like, guys, if I turn on the third oven, I'm leaving. And we'd be like, alright, that's it. Just overload the first and the second one.
Oh, we packed the fuck out.
And then
of
we'd
the
be like,
We'll
oven.
find so many ways to fuck
Julia,
We'd be waiting for her to ask for help and just never happen. And I'd look over and she'd just be all like sweating, bro, like tired
Oh,
as
she would
fuck.
handle
she'd go get a drink of her water.
Yeah, literally. I'd be like, oh my god.
Julia, you gonna pass out yet?
Yeah. You didn't quit.
Yeah.
Bro, that's so terrible.
Works a
We'll-
2-hour shift and leaves.
We'll
like,
find so many
Nah,
ways
nah,
just to
she's
fuck with
lazy.
people.
There's this great story.
Alright,
There's
there's
one
too many
time.
stories.
No, this is a great story. One time, our manager Tia was on the oven, right?
it's actually stinky.
Oh, Stinky.
No.
Sorry, yeah, I should go by her nickname. So one time, Stinky was on the oven, right?
Fuck, now they
And-
know.
And then I think it was like me, Miguel, and Tristan working, right? But like I don't remember this happening because I wasn't paying attention. She was all like, she was like, I'm gonna turn off the top oven after you guys stop loading stuff on the top. So
I
they
remember
were
this
just all
thing.
like, let's fuck with her and let's just keep putting things on on the top oven so she can't turn it off.
I remember this thing. I just kept putting shit in the top fucking oven. I was like, Bernard, just put it up top. Put it up top. And he would try to be nice sometimes. He'd be like, you know what? Maybe we should put it at the bottom. And then he'll put it at the bottom. And I go back to the oven and put it on the top.
Bro, she was getting a whole ass rush up top.
It wasn't
She's
really a rush. It's just that she couldn't turn it off.
Yeah, like, but it was like 6 items. Really.
Yeah.
and then right when the items were coming out, like 2 more would pop up.
Yeah. And we'd just be like, oh, top oven.
Bro, we low-key did that for like an hour. Like, no cap, like an hour.
That
And
was
she was
like apparently the first time like Tia got mad. According to Andrew,
so Tia was mad.
that was
I
able
have
to
a
I was able to make her mad or frustrated.
That's pretty fucking funny, no cap.
All right.
I have a question for the audience, for the group.
Last
Yeah,
question.
This question is, was there someone in the store that you thought was really funny, but you never talked about it?
Yeah, Max.
Yeah, back in the
Max.
Max
Oh.
and Ruby.
Why'd you say the audience? You don't know.
That's what I want for breakfast.
I
Oh.
said sausage McGriddle with
No, I really liked one of our drivers. He's an old man, and he just has a really interesting history of being extremely slow when it comes to speak. His name is. Well, I'm not gonna say his name,
Oh my
but I'm
god.
just gonna.
Are you talking about AC
What?
Wait.
or T or TS? TS.
Tommy.
Oh yeah, T. Yeah, we
Tommy.
can call me.
Tommy
T.
Ellison.
Okay, just say. Actually, you can say that because it's not the actual one.
Tommy Ellison.
Or you're like, oh, I'm not gonna say his name.
Tommy.
That's you can say that.
Tommy
it's fine.
Ellison.
No, just Tommy Ellie.
Tommy.
Tommy Ellie.
His
Tom-
name is Tommy Ali.
Tommy is
Tommy Ellie.
so funny because for those of you guys who don't know Tommy, he's like the oldest guy in the store, and he's a delivery driver. And for some reason, he has like a weird
Like he
grouchy
needs a cane,
attitude.
but he's
Yeah.
driving for some reason.
Yeah, and he can't see at night.
Yeah,
Like,
so they,
what are you doing out there?
it's so funny because like currently like I open a lot, so I see him like a lot, right? And like almost every shift that I work with them, there's always a customer calling and complaining about him, and I feel so bad, you know. But like they were like, "Hi, one of your drivers was very rude to me," and then when I then when I tried to confront him about him being rude, he just told me to shush.
Yeah, he's the
No.
man, Bruno.
Yeah. And I just like and I try so hard not to laugh when I'm on the phone because you can totally picture it happening. Um,
All
but yeah,
right,
he's definitely my favorite.
all right. That's way over an hour now, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty tired. It's fucking 4 in the morning.
Yes.
I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna conclude this episode.
Wait. We're definitely gonna have to have a part 3 and 4.
Well, they can come back anytime. Honestly, we can just have because we still have a lot of stories.
We do. But thanks
How
for
red
the
do my eyes look?
Anyways, Tristan, Alina, how was your experience here?
It's been great. I think that I'm pretty tired.
Any last things you want to say to the podcast?
I do.
Yes.
So
Not you.
remember to eat the
You're not the
vegetables.
guest.
Yeah, I just have one thing to say. Fuck Dominos and
I
that's
work there
pretty much
still.
it.
Let me tell you guys something. All right.
All right. Thank you for joining us, Tristan and Alina,
420 blaze it.
for this podcast. This has
This
been
is a great episode.
this has
Can't
been
wait for it to go on.
shut up. This has been the end of this podcast.
Now, don't forget to comment in the comment section below. Don't forget to rate our
YouTube,
podcast.
listen to us on Spotify.
Follow us. If you have Instagram, share with your friends. If you have Snapchat, share with your friends. And if you have friends, share with your friends.
All right, thank you for listening to this video for this podcast. Fuck. All right,
Peace out.
bye.
We will be doing a mukbang.
Bye.